All right, we're live.
Okay, we're back here at the May 24th, 2022 Pulaski County Board of Election Commissioners meeting. Call this meeting to order. We have a quorum. All commissioners are present. First item of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Rash, would you like to lead us?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That takes us to our next item of business. That would be the approval of the meeting minutes from the May 19, 2022 meeting. And commissioners, have you had a chance to look at the minutes?
Yes, I have.
Yep.
I'd entertain a motion to approve them.
So moved.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Next item on our agenda is the review of the political practice pledges for Jacksonville and Sherwood municipal candidates for the November 8th general election. Melinda, would you like to lead us into that?
Yes. The candidates filed, and here's their filings. I'm not sure how you'd like to do it. The list in front of you is the list of these, and there's a lot of extra stuff in here you probably don't need, not probably, but you only have to review the political practices pledge. So I don't know if you might want to take them.
Well, let the chairman take them and
We can,
Yeah.
let's just take a look.
And I didn't see anything wrong with any of the names, as far as the law goes.
Okay. Why don't we just split them up and take a look, and then we'll just swap the stacks out here in a second and see what
And these are for Jacksonville and Sherwood, and it's for, these candidates will appear on the November ballot. All of our other cities file at a later time, but they passed a special ordinance that allows them to file earlier than our other cities.
Okay.
So,
and we're looking for the name match, correct?
we're looking at to see that they have been filed. We're looking to see that they have a proper name as
Right.
you want to look, and I'm sorry, normally I highlight it for you, but you see where it says print your name as it is to appear on the ballot? That's what you want to check to make sure it, and then their position up there, like David said.
and you got your list. You have your list.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nothing else, strictly on the political practices page. That's good.
The clerk's office gives us all of the filings that they file, but it's just the political practices. It's kind of nice that we got all the information, and on the other documents. But
Does it matter which page is stamped by the clerk's office?
The practice pledge should be stamped.
Because see, it's not, oh, okay, they did it very well.
Yeah, I think they stand all of it. But yeah, you'll want
And the deadline was yesterday?
yesterday evening.
What about the signatures again? I mean,
Well, you're looking to just make sure that they have their name correct as.
right, yeah, and above it,
And, yeah, that they've signed it.
okay, just scribble.
Yeah, that they've
Okay,
signed it.
very well.
And looking at their ward number and their position number that they've got up at the top.
They were mayor.
Yeah,
Okay,
or
gotcha.
whatever they're,
What if they didn't check, one of these? I mean,
they didn't check any of the,
any of the options.
we'll have to look at that. I don't think that's a
I didn't-
fatal flaw.
Didn't think so either, but
It
just,
says that are applicable.
Yeah.
sure.
Let's see. I gave you all too many. Split.
Some of the benefits of being the chairman.
Split.
There you go, have some.
Okay. Here's a
Tim.
stack that if you want to swap out. We'll I'll move them back to the left.
That's good.
And I'll bring all these over to her, how's that?
That's good.
That way.
That way we can bring them back. And you guys will notice on our list, I think we got one little typo here down at Stephen Partridge, when you see him.
Yeah,
But-
Patridge.
Yeah, but that's just from our list, yeah.
Gotcha.
What should that be, David?
Partridge,
Partridge.
You are missing.
You may want to make a note on the Sherwood Council member, Ward 4, Position 1, Tim McMinn, passed away last week, or a couple days ago.
I
Oh,
thought it was one of the mayor candidates.
I just reviewed his.
yeah, I did too.
So I was counting the mayor candidates, I didn't. So it was Tim McMinn?
Yeah, he was my he passed away.
Should I set this aside?
Yes, set that aside and I'll take that off.
How sad.
I'm not sure that doesn't happen often, so I'm not sure if that should have been sort of sent to us, but.
Well, probably nobody knew, it was just a couple of days ago, yeah.
Yeah, and I read that, I thought it was another position.
Yeah.
It back and look at the name, and so I missed it.
Jeez. So sad.
Since we're going everything to the left.
All right.
It's here for you.
Thank you. So here's mine I've reviewed. These are the ones you gave me. Actually, here you go, Mike. Both me and David.
Okay, has you had those?
Here's mine, yeah.
Those
are
are
the
both
ones
me and David.
Yeah, those are
Okay.
the ones I sent that way.
Yes. Linda, do you want this one? So it doesn't get mixed in. Thank you.
I'll be right back.
These, I think, are coming back your way, right?
Everything should be going.
Well, Linda, we have a name here that I think it's spelled correctly, but it's gonna need to be looked at carefully. This one, well, just because you see the I right there, very small.
Mm-hmm.
It would be easy to,
Did he write that on anything else?
it's right here.
Oh, okay.
You see that,
Mhm.
I'm just saying, but to pick it out right here, it'd be very easy to miss the I.
Yes,
So, I mean, you have him correct,
right.
but I'm just saying
We have
that's a little tricky right
And
there.
Misspelling on here too on Meredith
You see what I'm
Townsend.
talking about?
Yeah, but I'm also looking at the rest of his B's.
Spelled with an E.
You know, I'm just saying.
Okay, yeah, it's missing an I, yeah.
Well, he's got it there, it's
Yeah.
just really little, but he's got it up here. I'm just saying,
So
Okay.
when we put it on the
spelled
ballot, we
right
gotta
next
be
to it.
careful to
Spells
make
it
sure we
with
get the
E, though,
I.
like this.
Right.
Because
Sticks
this
out.
is the line.
Okay, that's the line they use,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, good point. Should we highlight that or something, or put a star or something on the,
I don't,
How do we
Melinda, how do we wanna handle this to make sure we get that I in there right?
It's, once you certify this list, this is what it'll be.
Okay,
I'm gonna, and what I'll do when you finish is I'm gonna, because Meredith Townsend I had to fix too.
okay,
And I'll fix these, and for Brian, I'll stay the same, but
Okay.
this will be what.
okay, gotcha.
what happened to Meredith?
When it's
Did I
kind of
miss something?
questionable,
Spelled with an
we
E.
look at other.
What was it?
Spelled with an E. The list has as an I.
Oh,
We look at other documents too, so.
okay.
I mean, like if it, like that.
If you want to, you can pass me those.
Yeah, see, I'm done with these. I think these are for you whenever you're ready.
Are those completed by all of us, I guess, or?
Me and you, did you already review these?
I think that I have, I'll take a quick look at them.
Okay.
I think that I passed everything except the first pack that you had. I think we've all sent your way for, but I'll look at it real quick.
Sounds
Make sure that I did.
So, here's a simple one. It's Michael on this page, on his page. It's Mike on here. Michael.
So here's where you gotta read. This is how he wants it to appear on the ballot.
Oh, this one here, okay,
Mhm.
gotcha.
That's the
And
main
You got it
one.
right.
Mhm.
Who's up top here?
But no, that's good. Yeah, I got it right, okay.
Yeah, you got it right.
We usually, last time we did type this, we'll leave it.
Oh, here you go.
See, I think that we've been through it. No, because I haven't seen Meredith yet.
Ah,
And now I do see the,
I say I didn't
I
think
do
you
see the
had.
E.
I missed that.
This one's a little difficult to read, but we get it. I mean, wow. Okay.
Thank you.
Mark, take a look, see, I think you've already looked at that stack, so I think you sent them all this way.
Yeah, because I'm seeing my check marks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the Meredith one. I missed that one. Yeah, I have all check marks, so I should handle all these.
I'm gonna fix this list, do the revisions,
Okay?
and it'll only take me a second, because it's pulled up.
Okay.
So they're back there with those drives, running them, weren't they, once you get them?
So the next thing, or when Melinda comes back, we're gonna look at that signature and we'll make an analysis on some findings on it.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna see if I can get the results to show up again forever.
We're at 23% reporting. But it's already 9.
Okay, now it's gonna work for me, that's good. Hard to explain, but.
Thank you. Looks good.
Melinda, you said you wanted to create a document for this. At this time, what we can do, I would entertain a motion that we have reviewed and approved the political practice pledges for the Jacksonville and Sherwood municipal candidates for the November 8th general election.
So moved.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
Want us all to initial one of these or something?
She's going to create
Oh, you're
a
gonna get a
document,
document, okay.
and
Yeah,
then
now we'll have
she's going to create a document and use our file, our stamps to
Okay.
sign
Very
and
well.
file it.
and
Yeah,
I'll send you a scanned copy of
so.
Awesome.
So that would take us to the review of irregular absentee ballots for the May 24th presidential primary and nonpartisan judicial general election.
that. And I did pull the one ballot from your last review that you just wanted to document better on signatures.
Yes, why don't we look at that one first?
Sounds good.
And what I've got in my hand is a irregular absentee ballot that, on the record, that we've already marked. It's a rejected ballot. We rejected it on the basis of signatures being very, very dissimilar. And on the record at that time, we stated that we were left with an abiding conviction that the signatures that we were comparing were written by two different people. But at this time, what we would like to do is we're going to make some findings. Pardon me. We're going to make some findings about the dissimilar signatures, why it was not comparable, and the things that we're going to look at are the spacing, that would be the overall spacing, the internal spacing of the words and letters, the type or style of writing, the speed of writing, the size and proportion of the words and letters, the spelling, slant of writing, the curves, the loops, the cross points, presence or absence of pen lifts, and beginning and ending of strokes. And this is not necessarily an exhaustive list. If anyone sees any other characteristics that they'd like to point out, please do. So I'll just, if you want to just take a look, and there, Commissioner Masuko, and just kind of tell us, the spacing doesn't
match. The lettering itself is
the style
the style of writing.
Yeah.
It's very neat and precise on the absentee application for ballot, but the voter statement,
Right.
My gosh.
What do you think about the size and proportion?
size and proportion does not look good. I'll call the speed of writing doesn't look well. Beginning and ending strokes. He has a junior here. I don't really even see one here.
And you have some pen lifts over there on the left one. You have space in between the letters where they
That is
stopped
correct.
and
Between the
started.
three names, yes.
Over here, that's one pin drop. That pen didn't come up back off that paper, in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion, I agree with this one.
And the spelling to there is difficult to understand at all. And the spelling over here to the left on the voter, or on the absentee application, It's just,
Right, yeah.
it's very easy, and it looks like it's no trouble with the spelling, understanding it.
After further review, in my opinion, I feel these are not a match in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
I'll pass it down to you.
Yeah, I would add to that, beginning and ending strokes are certainly very different. That's similar to the pen lifts. We've got one that's got 4 separate words or parts of words, and you've got another signature that it's one continuous set of penmanship. Commissioner Rass, take a look, and if you have anything there, you concur with those assessments, add anything you'd like to. But I think we have a lot of findings about why those 2 signatures are dissimilar and why they absolutely appear to be 2 different
Yeah,
people.
it's just,
I have an abiding conviction.
Okay.
2 different people.
Okay. All right. I think we've made our record on that. I just
Yeah.
wanted to put it on the record.
Thank you, Chairman.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So what do you think about all these boxes?
Ooh,
They're
I
not
hope they're not full.
depends on how full they are.
They're not full. I thought it was funny. Amanda said, "Do you want me to just bring them in boxes?" And I was hurrying. I'm like, "Yeah." And then she brought all the boxes, and I was like, "Oh,
I know, when
usually bundle them." But it's actually good.
When she
So,
rolled it in.
The first box, so when the absentee workers go through and have your regulars, they put them in these boxes so that they are kept separate in categories. And this box has been reviewed, of course, by the poll workers and by the staff with the poll workers. So it's gone through 2 reviews, and its identification is missing.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, we probably want to keep the box with them, but,
Yeah, we'll review them, put them back in the original box.
yeah, because you can split them all up if you want. Is that good?
Sure.
Because you can look, and each one of you.
Sure, let's just split them up.
I hope it's even.
Yeah, it's close enough.
So these are missing IDs.
These are missing IDs. These are ones that we're going to have to send a notice and let them know that they can provide ID to the clerk's office or to us in our office before noon next Monday.
And so we won't have a final decision here until we see if they're going to. So
Right.
as far as marking final decision, that's not what we need to do with these. We just need to look and
Right.
see.
So-
We just need to look and see that it's missing.
Right.
Yeah, you're just verifying.
And then during the
that's good.
provisional count, they'll open the ballot envelope and look to see if
Remember,
it's in
don't
there.
open the
Right.
These are
Right.
considered provisional.
Right. So they'll check. So,
Right.
but I'm saying, they'll open this to look for the ID when they review for provisional. When they do the provisional review.
They had to open that today.
Yeah.
It should be
Yeah,
open.
those can be,
Oh,
those can
okay,
be,
and if it was in there, they already took it out. They already took it
yeah,
out.
they can be
Oh, these
open.
are okay.
Right,
They can be
right,
open
right.
after
Yeah, it's different from your last meeting because we couldn't.
But they
open
already-
those before.
They've looked in.
They've already looked in and there's no reason for us to look in them.
Well, we can, if you want to double check them, we can just look in them real quick, see no ID.
As long as it's okay that I do it. Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are more like, we just need to get notices out.
We each need to inspect them. Let's take it.
So unless you
I mean,
want all 3 of you.
I was gonna say, if you
guys, I
you can look at them,
Yeah,
if
I
you
mean-
don't find an ID in them.
Yeah,
there's no sense.
I'm good with
That's
it.
fine.
That's a pretty,
Yeah, I believe that
Yeah.
you all can find an ID if it's in
This will be
there.
the 3rd.
I believe the same about you. Either way, we're not the last set of eyes. That's for darn sure.
This has some sort of little note in here. Prepared, you're strong and well, that's fine. I'll go ahead and leave this in.
Okay.
It's Some poetry they left us, I guess.
Thanks for sharing, voter.
Okay. Yeah, interesting.
enough.
Interesting little message to us, okay? To whomever, I'm not sure,
This one didn't have
Whatever it's
a
supposed to
to
be.
whoever it's going to.
green sheet. Oh, wait, never mind, right here, sorry. Turd showing him the poem. These were open today?
Yes, and the other ones that you reviewed, whenever it was, a couple days ago, they have all received notices. Now, there's the three, I think there was three that you counted, and we have the same total.
Now, this one is actually missing the voter statement.
It is,
It
Oh.
is. Mhm. Yes.
You're a big no-no.
so it's missing voter and ID?
This one is, and I've got another one, so you all need to take a look at.
So it's a double.
Yeah, and missing voter statement is a reject.
Because
Correct.
I have another, okay, yeah,
That's a dead out reject.
If the
So,
voter statement's missing.
right, that's what I'm saying, so you all make sure that you don't
Yeah, I'm
have,
checking, I just did two, so.
that you don't have any that have a missing voter statement as well. Because those we will write rejected. Yes.
Absolutely. True.
Okay. And I will set this on this side for you all to take a quick gander.
Yeah, set that.
And we can all initial,
Perfect. Thank you.
put these on this side.
Here's another one. Oh, wait. Maybe they marked this and wrote statement. Okay. Yeah, he must have hit no statement and then crossed it out and wrote okay and initial,
Okay.
and he initialed it. Yeah. But the ID is still missing.
missing an ID. Now, these, on the other hand, I want you all to look at because they are missing a voter statement.
And I have another one here.
Okay.
Here to double check.
You have one missing a voter statement as well?
I got a couple of them here. Let me just check this last one for ID.
The next box is voter statements missing, so one of the targeted numbers.
So you
These
are,
are complete, good to go.
those are just IDs. You already picked up my IDs, didn't
I'm on
you?
my last one.
Okay, well, I got some other ID ones that I need for everybody to look at as well.
Because we're gonna end up putting those, I'm gonna count them, but they're gonna go in the voters missing because it would have been, if they were in there, it would have been probably easier. to see them.
I have one here that is missing a voter statement, and it says so on here.
Yeah, these are both marked that they're missing as well.
Those just need to
Those
be
you actually
rejected.
do get to do the reject. and-
These are going to be rejected. If you want to go ahead and mark your yes and
Here's all
initial
mine.
yes, reject the ballot.
And this
If you want to look at these, and then we'll get Sydney to look at these. You want to hand me the ones that you,
And there's mine. They're
those
just
are
no
all,
ID.
those are all no IDs.
Just no ID, nothing crazy about
Okay.
it.
Okay, yeah, this one's missing a statement as well.
Looks like there's 5 of those, isn't there?
Yes, and this one is,
Oh, I gotta send this down to Sydney.
yeah.
Here, I'll give them to you. You can stand in here.
Thank you, sweetie. Yep. No yellow sheet. I can confirm.
Did you initialize?
No, I
Did you go
didn't.
ahead and mark? That's one, got all of our signatures on it.
Doesn't have a bigger yellow sheet in here either.
And that pencil.
And are these missing?
Yeah, let's take them one at a time. This one here, voter ID is questionable. And this is what we've got.
Reject.
So Melinda, these are all rejected by, we've all agreed.
Those are the voter
Those are
statements.
voter statements missing. I think there may be a couple more, but.
Oh, yeah, I just, let's take them one, there's 3 here, let's take them one at a
So
time.
this one's not missing, this one's not missing, it's just questionable.
Voter ID is questionable.
What
I
is
don't
it?
even know what that is.
Oh, that's the card the circuit clerk got for you for free.
It says, yeah, Arkansas Secretary of State, identification in an election and no other purpose.
Yeah, no, that's definitely
It
valid.
looks like it's valid.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
You
is
said-
his name? Okay, yes, I see all that.
So few people utilize them that our poll workers don't even recognize them. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's the question is,
There's no name.
there's no name there. It's got,
Name on the ID.
There's no
there's
name on
not
the
a
ID.
name on it, it's got a picture on it and but it's got no name. It looks like it's some type of a misprint or it's a made up, not by the,
Who issues those? The
Well-
clerk's office?
that one says Secretary of State issued it, but it has no name.
So, do you think we need to forward, this is the stuff that went in there, trying to get it back in.
Yeah, so there's so much stuff.
This is,
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. and it's
So somebody just-
circled and-
I think they made a copy of the front and back all in the same thing.
can we get an updated file as well, each of us, or? No? No.
You certainly may look at this one. So,
Oh, I found, wait, is
can
this
you
it?
make it out?
Come here. What's the guy's name?
It's a she, Rebecca.
No, it's not it then. Sorry, I'm trying to. So you see there's like a name right under there was that. Maybe that's it, but no, I don't think that's it. You see what
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah, I
there?
see it.
It's, yeah.
That says date issued.
Yeah, I see, yeah, it says.
Oh, you're thinking, I can't make out.
Yeah, you see over there? There.
And it was made, see, back from when Larry Crane was the,
Oh, yeah, long
long
time.
time ago. So how long ago was that?
At least, well, Terry's been clerk for 6 years? 4?
So it'd be too old.
If it's older than
4 years. Yeah, I mean, this is going back from Larry to Larry Crane.
So I don't know when those expire. It was
Well, we-
something for that,
Yeah, if they don't have an expiration date, then they're good.
but, yeah.
If there's no expiration.
The
date.
clerk cards don't expire. Yeah. So, that's it.
We have all these different rules.
I see what you're looking at,
Yeah.
Sydney, but I see it as an RAG.
What's the name?
Rebecca, you see the G right there?
Oh, that says register.
Oh, is that a register? I thought that was a little name.
Yeah, I saw that. and I-
I
I didn't get one. Just so I can
I
say I did everything I could.
mean, if you can find the name, I just,
Thank you, man.
That says authorized by
okay.
underneath there. See that now? Date issued. Registered. That's so odd. So
Yeah.
This one,
odd.
I'm checking rejected, there is in
All right.
fact no,
There we go. I
Voter
can't find it
ID.
either.
Um,
So it's unfortunate. Hopefully they will receive the notice in the mail and provide it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
timely.
I think that we should say it's missing. Because-
yeah, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt, I'm with you.
Well, I believe. You all
Yeah.
agree with that?
Yeah, I'm good
Yes.
with that.
Okay.
So, what do,
So
Just
we
give them the
we
opportunity
just
to
give them
cure it.
notice. We're gonna send them a notice.
okay,
Here's one, I guess we should go ahead and mark voter identification. No, it's questionable, but I'd say it's missing at this point. Because it's not a proper ID.
and give, you know, show a proper,
We're gonna mark it as missing and notice them. They can probably get it.
I got one more here, and the reason I pulled these two out, looks like when they were, go ahead, Randy.
This is one we've already done.
Yeah.
This is a reject for lack of voter statement.
This one here, I held back because it had two statements here, it looks like they
Oh, snap.
initially said no, it was missing a statement, they initialed it.
Found it.
Yes, but there is no voter ID, and I went ahead and rejected sign.
No, we'll notice them. If they're
Oh.
just missing,
Are they just missing that?
yeah, if they're just
Okay,
missing,
oops,
But the voter statement's in there?
yeah, let's look.
yes, it is.
It is, is it in the envelope? Yeah, just mark.
There's the orange, yes.
Yeah, the orange is here. Just,
And they're the ones that are provisional.
So I'll,
yeah, just,
and I'll initial it,
yeah, just cross that out and,
okay.
yeah.
And, want to put a note on there, or just, you know, to put the, on there.
Which one is that one?
I'm going to put it in the ID box.
Yeah, this is the ID. This is just a missing ID.
Okay. What happened to our one we picked up a little earlier? Did it go through, was it rejected? The one Amanda and I went to get?
I think it may have been the one she said to add to ID is missing. So,
Yeah, and this one's missing an ID as well.
Darn,
Okay. Missing ID.
that one there is.
Notice them up. So we don't need to mark it. We just.
Yeah, and they did find the statement in there. I guess he initialed it. Okay, must have been one of the early ones they started doing.
a little bit, they must have added more since Amanda did this total because there was little, the totals I gave you were different. Oh, so these are the three that are gonna go with these. These are the voter statements missing. Box. And I will, there's only like 7 of these.
Okay.
I think some of them, I think they added more, like Amanda gave me her numbers.
I don't think they even opened this.
Yeah, I had to open one earlier. That's for the ID. Do we have
Let's
a
go ahead and
letter opener? Because I totally, I ruined the envelope when I opened it because I'm messy apparently. Again, I think we all know if the yellow sheet is missing, it's questionable. I'll
Right.
pass it down, but I'm just gonna,
Yeah. Just sign and we'll
perfect.
mark them off. And this one is missing. Of course, missing voter statement is an automatic reject.
And this one doesn't have
Yeah, the prosecutor's race keeps flipping open. It's crazy. I knew it'd be close. It's always been 100 points.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
I have one somewhere in my desk, but I haven't had to use it in a long
Thank
time.
you. Just in case we need it,
Yeah,
now we
just in
have
case
it.
you need it.
Okay, so here's a couple.
See, there's rejects.
Since there's just 7 of them, I think we ought to just take a quick look at them.
Sounds good.
Make sure we all agree that they're missing.
I guess if we pull these all out of here, we don't have to put them back, right, because they're going to be rejected. Just put them back in the big envelope.
And that might be easier.
Yeah.
When you're up there for all 3 of these in the
Let's see.
Yeah, these are my,
Here's from we've already,
These are the ones that have both of ours on it.
and I think those have both of ours on it as well. Where's the pile that's done?
these
Right
are all
there?
complete, yes.
Okay.
It's a complete pile.
This one's complete. This one's major. Here's a complete one. Completely rejected, sadly.
I guess I'm not opening my presents fast enough.
You're doing fine.
Last one here, Linda.
And for any of you voters that might be watching out there, if you want to go to votepulaski.net on our homepage, you can look at the unofficial results that are posted there.
$2 down.
This one is the information does not match on the voter statement and application. Let me put these other two boxes up and then you have. So. Each one more. I think it's Christmas.
So this one, we're looking at signatures.
Yeah, there's some, and it depends, you'll have to see.
Whatever it
You have
says.
to see what they wrote on the green sheet.
Right, yeah.
That
You
Some
wanna-
of, some of them are a little different.
You want to compare their birth date, the voter's name and address
Right.
from the application. So you have to look at the here it is. And so you want to take that and check. in the one that you have right there, you guys are probably going to want to discuss, because there's nothing to compare on that, because the application was returned and the application probably should have been corrected before the voter got a ballot.
Where's the letter?
So-
This is not even,
I don't know how you can compare it, so.
Yeah, because there's a signature there.
this one. or something.
Well, they don't have, this is empty. This,
Yeah.
I mean, so you can't really compare it.
So,
I'll set this one aside for us to look at.
this one is definitely.
Yeah.
discussion.
Do you want us to hit the reject thing, or do you want to wait till all of us? In other words, I'm the first one looking at this, and I don't think it,
Is it got a problem?
well, okay,
Are you thinking it does not compare?
yeah, I'm thinking that.
We probably ought to take,
Yeah, okay.
why don't we take a look? I've got one that I think does compare.
I have one that I'm about to discuss as well. This one is definitely.
I'd like, okay, why don't we do this? How about for you all to look at this one real quickly?
Okay.
I think this compares. Here's your voter signature.
Oh, I'm looking at the signature.
Yeah, this one is signature. Now, it also says we have an expired ID,
Oh, goodness. This one's insane.
but I think that that's G, the S, it's kind of hard to read here. The B, I think that's the same person, so.
I would be inclined to agree.
So let's see, but if we have an ID,
It's very, very odd. I mean, it's not very result, so.
yeah. Where is the,
Well, these are some weird ones, this pile here.
where is the ID?
You guys probably got the question.
Is it in?
Yeah.
It's attached to the
Oh,
back.
that side.
It was expired 7 years ago. So
Then it's
that's
no
gonna be a
good.
provisional if we accept the signature.
So, yeah, I think we noticed, we got one, Melinda, that I believe that the only problem with this is that we got an expired ID, which would give them a chance to replace it with a good ID, correct? That is assuming that the commissioner here agrees, and we'll let him take a look here, but
Well, here, leave it open, I'll look at it while we got it.
yeah, this
Sure.
part, that part you don't even have to look at. Here's the part you gotta look at. This is your voter.
Yeah, I'll buy that.
Yeah, I think that's it. So I think we're just missing
We'll move it to the provisional.
missing an ID.
And I'll put a note on there that you compared and that y'all agree that the comparisons are
Yeah,
right. We're just missing an ID.
yeah. Okay, so which ones y'all wanna look at first?
This one I rejected. for sure.
Okay.
Because that one just, she didn't fill out the voter statement. All she did was sign it. She didn't fill out any of the information on it at all.
Well, there's no date of birth. and-
It would be hard to compare the 4 data points,
Yeah, I'd say so.
right?
Yep.
There's no data to compare.
No data.
I'd have to agree with you. So. Yes, reject. And what about yours? You have-
Okay, and this one here. What do they have here for? There's no ID enclosed. And then the signatures, that's what they put down. But to me,
Yeah, this one's a problem.
I've got a signature one here that I,
So we have a totally missing date of birth on the voter statement,
oh yeah, that's your
which
suggestion.
gives us no way to compare.
Yep.
So that one's going to have to be rejected.
My discussion on here, but this is a signature match issue. You will take a look at
Okay.
those too, because it's very, very, very different, not even remotely similar. Looks like two different people.
I think this one's
Someone filled out
good,
the application.
or whatever we need to do here.
Whatever, I'll look.
Whoa, yeah, that's as stark as it can be.
I
Yeah,
have an abiding conviction.
There's a serious abiding conviction, and we have a,
This one is the missing DOB from.
yeah, this one has spacing, it has the type of lettering is different.
Not even the two
It's
letters are the same.
Not even close. I mean, if we were looking at all the factors, I mean, the spacing is totally different between the two. The pen lift is different, the size of the text is very different. The spelling's totally wrong.
No, you just
I mean,
initial.
It's initial here with a line, and then it's written out in 3 words over here on this. So yeah, the slant is not comparable. Beginning and ending strokes. There's definitely an abiding conviction that I have that this was signed by 2 different people.
I
You
agree.
agree with that?
I sure would.
So mine that I was gonna ask y'all to discuss here is an older woman in a nursing home. And she wrote the nursing home's address here. So,
She signed
That's
it.
it.
She needs an initial too.
Right.
oh yeah, no, that was before. Okay. I know that I do have the.
And I don't know that it's necessary that we actually make the finding in writing. We made the findings on that signature and on the record here.
I agree.
I think that should be sufficient.
I believe
All
it
in
is.
agreement.
Yeah.
Well,
I think this one's pretty much cut and dry for signature. And that's what they flagged. Application of voter statement does not match with application. And as you can see here, to that,
I would have to agree. I mean, we've got all of the same factors. The style is totally different. The pen.
I can tell from here.
I mean, the pen lists are totally different. There's a serious abiding conviction that these are two different people that signed this. You can't even read the one signature at all.
The rest of the handwriting is
And-
completely different too.
And yeah, the handwriting, pretty much any characteristic of these two signatures that you want to compare
Yeah, there's
is
nothing.
not comparable.
even her printing is different.
That's what I was saying, like, it
So,
looks like two different people, like
it's-
someone did her application
Yeah,
and
those-
she did her ballot.
Those are absolutely not comparable.
Is that your last one?
I got one last one here.
Okay.
Let me catch. Oh, you got one?
Yeah, so,
Go ahead.
so my lady's in a nursing home here, so she wrote the nursing home address on the voter statement, which is listed on the application as to where to mail the ballot, of course, and she listed her address here, but listed the nursing home address here. I'll pass that to you.
You'll need to initial that, Sydney, that we can get off the table.
That's her rejected.
So, what are we doing here on this one? Signatures look okay?
It's the address,
We've got a date of birth, we've got,
the nursing home address is on the voter statement instead of the address on Sardis, which is her registered address. I don't recall if there's anything we can do for that.
now, if we have a comparable address in another box,
I just don't know if it goes both ways. Let me pull up my little materials here.
Melinda, what's your recollection of this part of the code? I was thinking if the address was present, now this,
We went over this
it's
in
not,
training.
that's not,
Here,
this-
they're supposed to list their residential address.
And I mean, that is her residential
This
address.
is,
That's where she lives. That's not where she's registered to vote though. That's the nursing home address.
Oh,
Well,
You
okay.
see why she might be confused,
Well,
because
so
that's
she
her
put-
residential address.
she did put her residential address down here.
Right, and that looks like somebody else wrote that. It might.
She signed it though.
Right, definitely she signed it.
yeah, what this
Okay.
basically is, a voter statement is like the voter coming in person to vote when they have to state their residential address,
Exactly.
because that's the ballot.
Because, I mean, she didn't vote in
Um,
2205. She voted in Mableville ballot, so I guess you're right. I think it would have to be rejected. wouldn't it?
Right, so she didn't, yeah,
Dang.
like you say, she would not be stating her residential address.
Oh, wait, here, I have an exact answer. Ballot cannot be counted. Scenario 5.
Oh, good, you got that.
Yeah, so that was very helpful when I did my training 2 weeks ago.
I need to pull that.
Yeah, that's a good point, I agree.
Okay, yeah, we can't count it. Too bad. And the rule is if they come from a nursing home, residential care facility, they don't need an ID. As long as it's from the residential
As long
facility.
as the administrator.
Yeah, they need the administrator form.
Ah,
that
that's
is-
what it
And
is.
that's on the verification.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Did she have an ID?
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I was
this,
just trying to remember what that
Yeah.
one specific weird rule was. Thank you.
This one has a series of things going on. Okay, they checked the box that the voter ID is missing and the voter statement is missing, but we have both of those here.
Yes, just sign that. My case is sign that one still.
it's Mike, oh, okay.
There you go.
So I guess that wasn't the issue.
Right, because when they reviewed it, they put it in this box,
Right.
which is, it doesn't
So-
match.
So we have that, and it comes down to the signatures. I don't find that matching that.
Well, you know, whether it's comparable, I think is the word.
I mean, he clearly states the third here, you know, his name plus the third spell.
The style of the lettering is very different between the two. The pen lifts are very different. Here's four separate pieces of text and words, and it's like you say, the third. Over here, you see nothing like that. You see this long tail with a very,
Right.
very different style. Loops, I'm certainly left with the abiding conviction between those two, that is two different people's.
I don't know if we're allowed to do
You
this.
know-
And look at his drive, we're not used, yeah, okay.
So I would have to maybe disagree a little.
Okay.
Check out the T. See the T?
Yeah, I did look at
You
that.
see the way they did the F? I think I would say it's the same person, and then the T and the F. I mean, clearly this is a very fast signature, but I think it's the same person. I don't think I have an abiding conviction on that one. It's the way he did the T and the way he did his F. It's just fast. I think they're comparable.
The
And the
T,
other-
I maybe give him the T, but
I
the
could-
F I won't.
The T is very weird, though. It's a very weird way to do a T, and so I think it's. Yeah.
I do see what you're saying, Sydney, as far as the T.
Yeah, the F looks like he's got his little thing in the middle. If you look real close at it, you can see the crosses there, but I think the F is the same too. I just think it looks fast. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt if I can tell anything that looks similar. The other ones we rejected, I thought were very, very different.
I'm gonna start going more with you here, because I see the C.
Yeah,
I see that this is a real fast W, or whatever that, yeah, an M.
McClard, what is his name? McClard, okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. I do think.
All right, yeah, let's give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm getting my
I do
doubt.
think you're right, because those, looking at it a little more carefully, I think we should count.
Yeah, I'm with you, giving people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I agree. So is that the only problem with it?
That was it.
awesome.
These, it has it here.
It hasn't,
And he had a
There's the
statement, and
statement.
theirs is the ID. They made a mistake and didn't initial it.
so that was it, so,
Sounds good.
we should mark it.
Approved.
Count it, right?
Yeah.
We're going to count it.
Let me put everything in it
Some
before.
of them, if they're questionable, even like, they'll have you review.
Yeah.
When we do the
Yeah, I mean, this-
review, because they want you to,
I think that that one does deserve the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. That's good.
do that one.
Oh,
This one, we just have a totally missing date of birth on the,
Should this
vote.
one be, should we check rejected ballot no, since it's not
Yes.
provisional? Or was it,
or is that,
is this provisional?
It's not missing ID.
it's counted.
no, it's no ID. The ID was in there and the
It'd be
statement. I think
stamped
they made a
provisional.
It's
mistake.
counted.
Yeah, but it's not provisional. Should we check rejected
Oh.
ballot no?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
David just did
Let me mark
that.
mine out here.
No problem,
too
it's
many-
confusing.
Too many boxes here.
It is almost 10 PM too. It's perfectly reasonable to have to think twice about it.
It's a long day.
Only a little.
Okay, so yes, I'm in agreement with you. There we go. This one seems very simple. We have no date of birth to compare. No date of birth to compare means no
Yeah.
way to compare.
Yeah, no date of birth.
You agree with that?
Yes.
Means that it can't be counted. So it'd be rejected, yes.
Oh, is this new one that came
That's
in?
that one you set aside.
Oh, okay. Let me refresh my memory. Yeah, I can't remember. That's why I set it aside. Which is this one?
Oh, I thought he
That's
already
the one
did.
that's missing the date of birth
Okay.
totally.
Now, this one I set aside. No signature on application, no signature. So if there's no signatures, but there is a signature on application.
That is the one that normally, when the clerk's office receives this and it's not filled out, this is important. Normally, they mail it back to the voter before they give them a ballot, but they did not. So what it,
There's not. a
So there's
point-
nothing-
There's not a point to compare.
there's nothing to compare.
Okay.
So I don't,
I
it,
think that has to leave us with the position of not counting
I mean, because you can't
it.
compare
There's not
the
a
information.
signature to compare.
And here, let's,
The application is really important because that's what the voter
I'm just
requests.
gonna fold it in half.
Yeah.
Oh, there's no signature. Oh, yeah.
Total missing.
Big bucks.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
You
Next
got
step.
one counted out of it? Now, we have information missing all the voter statements.
Yay.
Sydney's gonna be shorter one.
Oh,
But you'll
lucky
get it,
me.
you'll get it eventually.
This isn't filled out at all.
It's
It's not even filled out. Not even trying.
Yeah, we've got a problem here with the total. Appears to have no signature whatsoever. I mean, that's not a signature, is it?
Weird. What is the voter statements? Look like? Yeah, that's definitely not it, so. Whatever
I
it
don't
is, that
think
isn't it.
I think that's not it.
Somebody
That's-
started to make one?
There's just not a signature there to compare.
Right.
Okay, reject.
Yeah.
So that one is the one, well, that's the kind where the clerk's office should have rejected it, right? What did we say we were doing with those? If there was something missing from the application, there's
Yeah,
no signature?
They didn't sign it at all.
Yeah.
And so that's the scenario you were saying, that normally the clerk
Yeah, right.
would send it back to the,
Because the way you get a ballot is you have to sign that application that shows you requested it, so.
This particular one here has information missing, date of birth, and date of birth is not on the absentee voter statement where it clearly says down there, must complete for your ballot to be counted.
there's nothing to compare.
There's nothing.
If
There's no birth-
if
there's no
there's
date
no
of birth.
birth,
Yeah.
so mark it as not counted.
the voter statement's blank. This one needs to go to Mike.
Did you sign this one, Dave? No, you did.
This one is totally missing a signature on the voter statement.
This one's missing on the voter statement.
That's just outright missing voter, signature on voter statement.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, this one, Mike, you said was just, this one was missing.
Oh, yeah, the voter statement's blank. Completely blank.
Yes, it is blank, totally. Okay.
This one to Mike as well.
No date of birth on the statement.
We're getting good at this. y'all.
Mike's living in that date of birth on it. And is that one ready to go?
Yep. That's all.
This is ready to go in the box here too, so.
What box left, Joe? 2 boxes, never mind.
Oh, here we go. I'm done and labeling, so. Okay. Now we got the designated label. These are normally, they didn't mark them provisional, but designated bears are marked provisional, so y'all can, review them. There's 2, and as you know, they have to be on the voter statement.
Right.
The
Not the
voter
application.
has to designate them on the voter statement.
Pass me that one. Thanks, Mike.
You asked, I would.
Since I'm here,
So these are a little tricky, so what do we need?
There is no, they did not.
if it's not here,
They did not designate
Yeah.
a bearer.
So then it
agent
has to
or
be-
yeah,
administrator.
we can't do anything
Can't
if
do
they
anything to
didn't put it on here. And it was delivered by a cover.
Is that the same with that one there too?
Exactly the
Sydney?
same. Sad day. I'm marking this one reject. Same reason.
And so this one came back to us from a agent, is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
There it is, right there, yeah. Okay, yeah, and this person is certainly not designated over here.
Yeah.
Right, and the voter gets to write on the voter statement.
Right.
Same one. Now, 1 box left. Paul, what's your challenge?
Those folks did a good job.
Yes, they did.
They did a very good job.
I think when you see multiple errors there, it's when they first get started, because once they did them, then they started getting in the routine, you know?
Are we allowed to pass a resolution? We can commend them.
Yes.
We can certainly commend
Sure.
our absentee workers on the record, and we do. They're very excellent.
Take
I know the
these.
House loves their resolutions. So,
And this one I think is gonna be easy.
Oh, yeah, this is the one I talked about with them today. Basically, all this one is they wrote a nice letter to us.
what?
What's this one?
And someone challenged the ballot?
Okay.
There's one that I was told is a request for an absentee. Oh, this is a letter.
This was just a nice
This
letter.
is just a letter.
They sent us a nice
Yeah,
letter
a nice letter.
that maybe we should respond to. I read this afternoon.
So there's nothing, what's,
This one
What are the
says,
other
no,
docs?
says cancel ballot.
oh, but,
Okay, this is just a letter that somebody wrote.
Oh,
Oh, it's two different deals.
So
Yeah.
this-
Yeah,
so what's that one
but
in your
how did
hand?
it get to be on, how did it get to us?
I don't know.
Was there, or is that this?
Wait, what's the name on here?
Bill Kennedy.
This is Bill Kennedy. I'm gonna ask Amanda how this got, because this is different, so they should remember. But this, I think, I haven't looked in it, I think it may be a request for a ballot, like they spoiled it and they mailed, like that other one we had.
Yes.
And we can handle it the same way, but of course they can't mail one.
Right.
Oh, I have to go show that to me. I was gonna leave without it.
I just,
Let me ask her where that,
So what do we do with this?
and what they may have
too
done,
late.
let me ask, because that, his ballot and all that may have been processed, but maybe they held the letter out, you know, to show you. So you guys would have it.
Yeah, that might have been.
That may, do you remember when you were in there, Mike?
Well, they just showed me the note
I
today.
bet they held it out. I don't know why they would staple it to the ballot.
Super weird.
there is a.
I
so-
kind of think they held it out, like they did all
Yeah,
of it
they
and
just
held it out
enclosed
to
that.
show
They
you.
processed their ballot and everything.
Oh, just to show us. this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking,
okay.
because
And then-
I know Amanda would have
Okay.
said something.
Right, that's what it was. In case we wanted to respond back, thank you for your nice note to us.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that was just.
Here's Amanda.
Hey, Amanda, that note right there, that nice little commending note, is that?
Oh, thank you.
They processed the ballot and everything.
Yeah,
Okay,
We
so-
finally, we were going.
They just wanted the board to see
They
that.
wanted us to see
That's
it.
what, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, very nice.
I knew.
Very nice that he got good service and he's commended. Clerk's office and us. That's-
How nice.
That's good.
That's
We appreciate that.
Means we did a good job, guys. Woo. Miss Anderson definitely did, apparently.
Oh, here, let's do this last one.
What you got?
This one says cancel ballot on here, but voter identification missing. Note says cancel ballot, but. And that's what we got there.
Yeah, I think I don't know, I know that one, Amanda said I would have would be a request for another ballot, like they messed their ballot up, spoiled it, and did they ask for another one?
There's a cancel written.
Right, they wrote cancel.
Need Republican ballot, which
So,
one
yep,
is that?
that's the request that they told
They
me.
sent them just a nonpartisan.
Yeah, but they sent it in the envelope and everything.
Oh,
And so there's no way, the clerk's office does not open the ballots, so they wouldn't know.
Much bigger spread now.
Okay. So,
Really split off.
I mean, there's nothing that we
No,
can.
this one we can handle like we did you had another one that was a request, and I can just, of course, send it over to the clerk's office.
Okay.
But I mean, they can't
Of course, at this
mail
time
a
it's-
ballot
I was
now.
gonna say it's too late,
Yeah, so,
but-
I mean, we may just, because they can't send them, and really, they couldn't on the other one, it was too close, but.
Right.
so do we
Okay.
reject it, just leave it as is, or?
I mean, there's no ballot. I mean, there's nothing to count.
No, I mean, there's no
No, you
ballot,
can't
there's
do
no
anything.
ballots.
There's no ballot, and
Yeah.
so
And it's really too late to even go,
just mark it as,
we'll make notes.
as rejected. There's nothing there to be able to count.
Will you mark? Let me have you all mark. It's no biggie. It doesn't matter that says that, but it's also a provisional ballot counted no,
Yes, ma'am.
because they just didn't stamp provisional up here. This, they, This is what y'all, we did, which you can just leave that, but provisional ballot counted, no. That's that designated bear.
Do you want us to sign these two?
They should have been.
Or do
stamped
we need
provisional.
to, do you want us to initial it? Okay.
We'll let those initials be,
Okay.
because it's, you're doing the same thing.
Is this one,
It's
this
just-
one is
it
the
was-
same? We rejected it,
Oh.
it's
My name's
also
on it.
provisional.
Yeah, you don't have
Oh,
to
yeah.
do that.
Yeah, here you go, this one too, same deal.
Well, I thought I had.
No, that was the one that ID was,
Oh, this is the
Bad.
one you just did.
in.
This is there's nothing in count.
Right. Is that all the boxes?
That
Are you
It's
getting
all
updated?
of the boxes.
I was just looking at the one sheet.
Sheet?
Yeah, just
Oh
been
yeah,
using the
this is the
sheets.
newest one that Amanda just put down.
Okay.
10:02.
She did it while we weren't even looking, I didn't even realize it, she was walking away.
Out of the ballots, we have one, the ballots you reviewed, we have one that we can count. And let me get you a new total, because I think these totals may have not been updated. You reviewed. You have it.
Wow. Did you see these tax issues?
Mm-hmm.
You guys reviewed 55 ballots. And that's including that voter request.
On this results thing, unofficial, does it tell us anywhere the number of precincts?
I didn't get one. No, this
Oh,
is the
just Pulaski.
summary.
Yeah, okay.
This is a summary. When it's all done.
Right, this is just for us
it
here.
says So many out of so many. Does it tell you anywhere how many is recorded at the very beginning?
You probably know the.
No,
Is this
I
okay?
haven't seen the new ones like this. I'll go and ask mine. Is it? I'll go ask. Yeah.
Just to know if all our county polling places,
Have we got all of our
And
reporting?
on the old report, you know, that's new report.
Yeah, this one's
On
as
the
of
old
ten-
one, it would say this out of this, maybe, so you know. So I've got to go
I was
ask.
gonna say, can you get us a fix on where we are with that?
I will, I sure will.
Okay. Do we have other business this evening? I don't.
I don't think we do.
No, we were just gonna look to see where we were on getting on what we might not have in yet.
Right, perfect. Sounds
But
good.
again, voters that might be watching can look at the website at votepulaski.net
Those results.
to see the latest unofficial results. Commissioners, I have no other business other than the remaining polling locations. Anything from either of you all?
No,
Okay.
Come down the wire on 10, 20 little lines.
So we have 2 areas out for a total of 13 polling locations that we're waiting on.
Okay.
And used to, the report would show this many out of this many polling locations have reported. But on this new software, because we post our early and absentee, if we were to post that, it would show 100%. So we hold that off the report because it's just, I don't know why it does that. It's because people have voted in those precincts in all in early and absentee. I always like that, to be able to tell how many reported. So we still have 13 polling locations.
That we've yet to receive our information.
It's just 2 areas we're waiting on.
Okay.
Do we know why?
where are they?
It just takes, it's normal.
Yeah,
Um,
saying stuff gets updated throughout the night.
I should have had them, I should have my list with me.
For cheap polling locations, that's a small fraction of the total, isn't it?
It's
It
about
is.
95.
Right. Yeah, it's a small number.
Yeah.
Get a sense of where they're at.
So we just had lines.
I will handle it. We did, how much?
About 18 shows.
I think that's the most interesting race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so they're processing Area G right now, and Area D is all that's left, and it's out West Little Rock. And then, so they have 6, and they're waiting on St. Margaret's Church they're bringing in their stuff, yes.
So do we wait for them or do we wrap up? I don't know how that works.
Generally, take care. We'll wait to get those in.
Oh, and one thing I want to let you know that I messed up on is the ID provisionals, Monday is a holiday, so they will have till Tuesday at noon. When we mail the absentee provisionals and everything, we told them Tuesday at noon. The notices that the voters got at the voting places, they do say Monday at noon, but if any of them call in or anything, we'll let them know. And he's had that little disclaimer on that says if it falls on a holiday, it's the next day.
I'm going to have to excuse myself for just a minute from a meeting.
I'll be back.
And it may be a while before these come in.
You want some Smarties, a little sugar to get you going?
Might be a good idea.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
How many did we do? 53, did you say?
No.
No, that's all right, never mind. Don't look at it.
It was 55. 55.
So they're
We will
back.
sign off on these, so when we certify and do everything, you'll have an official spreadsheet where all three of you sign off and it's all documented. I have your other ones documented
Okay.
in on a spreadsheet. And when you do the provisionals that come in from election day, they will be on a spreadsheet. So they'll be on it.
Everything good out there?
So far, so good.
Good.
So far, so good.
Hey, thanks for stepping in for us.
No problem. No problem at all.
Hello.
Security guy.
Ah. What happened?
No, we have a guard here. He just came out and looked in. Is everything good out there?
Awesome. Well, even better. Always good to know. I'm tired.
So I guess your husband's a bachelor tonight, huh?
Yeah, him and the dogs.
No,
And
there
the
you go.
cats. Yeah. Yeah, he don't think he wants too much. He's used to me being gone.
He what?
He's used to me being gone.
Oh, there you go.
If it's not this, it's something else. Let's see. Almost 50,000 ballots cast.
Now, where are you seeing that? On the state page?
In Pulaski.
Oh.
The most recent
I'm looking at the state.
update. Yeah, no, it hasn't updated since the one that they printed and brought us.
Did anybody care for pistachio?
I'm all right, well, thank you.
No, I'm good. I just had a.
You have some sugar instead?
Oh, they're already peeled.
Absolutely.
Thank you. These are good.
Yeah, man, these are the good things.
Are we still live?
We
Yeah.
are.
Okay.
We're still in our meeting where we're taking some nourishment while we wait on the last of the precincts.
Works for me. There's a Coke machine out there, isn't there? There's a Coke machine out there.
There is.
I'm gonna go get one.
Yeah, it's over in the corner there. Wonder if it takes dollars.
I bet it will.
Wow. Boy, after all that work, somebody goes through. And then, you know, it's only one winner.
So that's always the way it is. Melinda, any update on,
It's still the same. They're waiting on, but I
Still.
guess everything's okay.
still
They
waiting on
just, I guess they're pretty far out, where they take,
travel time?
I'm gonna go ask them on the new color.
Half the fun is peeling them, David.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, we used to get them and they were dyed red up in New York.
Really?
And you'd have red fingertips.
I wonder why they did
I
that.
don't know. I think it was like an Italian thing. They're good, I like
They
them.
are good.
Looks like she'll be happy. I'm gonna step out here and make a phone call to my girlfriend, see how she made it out after working all day.
And again, for any voters that might still be with us here at our meeting, you can go to votepulaski.net, right at the top, right under the news, says news, you'll see the May 24th, 22 preferential primary nonpartisan judicial general unofficial results. Just punch that and then you can go in there and look at summary report. Will show you all the unofficial reports that we have at this, results I should say, that we have at this point.
Right, well, it'll be on our website, there's probably people watching this. One thing I guess we could discuss is, there's two items. One, I guess your next meeting day will be Friday at 5:15. And, also, I wanted to, the clerk's office documented, there was 2 precinct splits that they manually, when they did all the redistricting, they had to actually go in and do the precinct splits. And when somebody connected, they actually have the wrong precinct split on 2 streets. And what that means is they got the wrong precinct number, to that street. And so they documented how many voters had voted at that point when it was called to their attention. Because if a voter asks and they think they live in that district, we call the clerk's office before the voter votes if we're told, and they will look at the map and make sure that that there wasn't any errors. And so this is documented. It was in precinct, replacing precinct 98.2. They were in 98.2 instead of 89.2, and 4 people had voted at the time that they discovered it and it was fixed. On the other one, there was 8 voters that had voted at the time that we discovered, and it was fixed. I'll probably get from them, unless I have not read this thoroughly, but that's what they're listing, the voters and.
And what you're reading from there is a letter from the Pulaski County Circuit and County Clerk to the Pulaski County Board of Election Commissioners, dated May 24th, 2022.
And it documents the error so that we can place it in the election irregularities. If it's questioned, then we'll have that. And I'll probably collect the ballot style from them, just to have that documented too.
And you'll make this a part of the record of today's meeting.
Yes,
This
that'll
letter.
be part of the record.
So they were putting the wrong precincts.
Right. And when I say precinct split, but it was in the wrong precinct too, so. But there's like the different voting districts within a precinct, so that's why, and it was on a street, so there wasn't.
So their ballots may have been different?
Yeah, so it'll give them, like, they can have a different house rep. or
Right, yeah.
whatever. But, redistricting was pretty huge, so. As they manually go in and attach all the voters to every split, they have to go through.
And what it says, what the letter says, basically that the clerk and staff determined that these were clerical errors due to the truncated time frame in processing voter registration database changes as a result of redistricting. And they further, the clerk says that we acted and corrected these discrepancies as soon as the discoveries were made in order to not affect any other voters within the street segments.
we discussed it in a meeting, but that's what Betty was saying, we need to post, we still need to post on the website and do the agenda for Friday's meeting. It's the preliminary review of the provisionals.
Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how many of those we're gonna get.
Oh, you know what? I'm looking at this, yeah, that's we did have it posted,
Yeah, 27's already on there.
yeah. But anyways, and it tells you on the website, preliminary review of professional ballots.
And then I think we have one after that on June 3rd, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you will certify the election results.
Tell me again what we're doing Friday. Sorry. This Friday?
This Friday, you're doing the preliminary review of the
Right.
provisionals. that come in.
I should plan for that one to be a long meeting, I would assume.
Sometimes, depending on how many there are, if there's a lot, in the past, we have had like commissioners spot check, you know, like when you know the ID, well, you don't have to worry about sending ID, I'm getting absentee and, anyway, but sometimes, if you were to have thousands of them, which we won't for this election, you usually, I used to always have them like in alphabetical order, and then you go through the sheet, see in the absentee review, you haven't had the sheet that has the notes, and then the commissioners used to select out, you know, like they would just randomly pick whatever out and go and check them. I mean, that's if you just had thousands, and it went through a staff review, kind of like, you know, or the same thing as these absentees. But they are getting the number of provisional ballots, and I just requested the UOCAVA outstanding ballots from the clerk's office, because we'll report that to the Secretary of State's office tonight. So you'll know how many election day provisionals that you're gonna have
Perfect.
tonight. They're counting them up while they're waiting.
Was
Sounds
there
good.
any update on the other information we were waiting to come in?
On that one, I'll go ask again, but I asked, I think about 10 minutes ago, and they were still,
Still coming?
it's just that, it's that one area, because
Okay.
G's in, but I'm gonna go check and just see.
Yeah, so why would
And they
it,
have
why
been in
would it?
touch with the chief judge, so that was one of my questions, because it was taking them a little longer. When the poll workers close down, they have all the accounting and all the stuff, and sometimes if something doesn't close down right, they have to work with it, you know, it just, you never know. They have a lot to get done after they close. So
Right.
they may have been real thorough.
Well, we prefer real thorough than not real thorough.
area coordinator is on her way with everything. So the election judge has delivered and
So we just need her to get here.
Good deal.
All right. Very good. I told myself I'd be happy as long as we left before midnight, so I prepared accordingly. Cancel my schedule tomorrow morning, all that. My out of office turns off at noon. Just in case.
we usually get here at 8, but I may have this stuff
Wouldn't blame you.
because it's.
It's kind of done for now.
Getting
Well, after the election is done, then we have to process and type all those provisionals and get everything ready by Friday for the preliminary. So there's like a whole lot of stuff and go through. So that's why we it usually takes us the whole time, so we're usually here at 8, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So when they bring that stuff over here, it goes in the back there and they plug those in, that one machine that's, I guess Daryl's running that.
Yes. And after the election, we pull the results tapes and we verify the numbers and go through all of the protocol is the main document that we basically compiled different state documents that we have to report to the state into the protocol form. So it's just one form. So they turn that in and they're number one bag because it's important. Where they sign oaths and
line up.
Yeah. I think the clerk's office had already sent me those numbers. They sent them in the evening, the call voters. I just didn't look in my email.
Is there a lot of?
Let's see. I don't see it good on here. I'll run it here. Sometimes my email does weird because I have them in a special folder. So, let's look.
What would we do without our phones to stare at?
I don't know. Someone just texted me and said they heard the Pulaski County Election Commission threw out 1,500 ballots today.
Give it the 24-hour rule.
I'm so,
Okay.
I'm so confused.
Wow. Did we? I didn't see that. I must have missed that meeting.
I was gonna say, I mean, anything that the commission or that the workers threw out was unequivocal, I'm sure. I say anything they reject comes to us, so.
There's 249.
So what do we have to do with those? Is there a process?
Those have 10 days to come in after the election. And they
249
do-
PO comments? The UO comments?
And so they have 10 days after the election to come in. That's why you certify that 10th day. And we normally, you certify, we usually do it like you're doing it at 5 for certification or later, because then the mail has ran at the clerk's office, and that's the 10 days.
Yeah, so there's no problems or anything with it. Okay. See this, Dave?
Well, we should have our final bit of results in here before long, at least for the unofficial. Yeah.
So how did it all shake out with the in the state? Excuse me. We're not going to a runoff on a couple things I thought we would.
Oh, yeah, that's the next thing to look at. Huh?
Looks like,
We are still in a meeting, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, of course, no names, just expected claims. We'll say that SOS's website for reporting results has gotten a lot better this year. More mobile friendly.
David, you did want to stay on air, right?
Pardon?
I said, you did want to stay on air, right?
I thought we'd stay on there till we got our final.
Because I just want to make sure, because I can get Jody, if you, I didn't know what.
Yeah,
If
we
you want recess, we can. That's what she said.
No.
Well,
The problem when you do recess and then you come back, I mean, there's no way we'll ever know what time,
No.
how long it takes.
I would say at this point, it probably won't be that long until we have gotten the
It'll
information.
probably be another good, they're not even here yet, and they've got to process it. I'm thinking probably another 30 minutes. Or longer, because the judge isn't here. I mean, the area coordinator is on her way.
Well, we could recess and come back in 30 minutes. Once you get Jody, we'll do that so we can get up and move around a little bit.
I mean, I'd hate it if it was sooner, but I kind of don't
Yeah.
think it will be.
Just so any of our voters or others watching here, we're going to recess till we can get the final bit of information in, and we'll come back.
It's 10:56 right now.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back at 11:30.
Okay, you're waiting before you shut it. So it was the election judge was on his way to the area headquarters. And so now the area coordinator said, I may have to go get him. So she's checking with him, so he's on his way there. So it was a misunderstanding in text, but they're getting there.
Okay, well,
So,
we'll recess for 30 minutes. We'll come back at 11:30. If we still don't have it, we'll update everyone at that point.